As the full moon rises on September 17th, the energy it brings is not just another celestial event to be ignored, it's going to change society completely. Ancient cultures and spiritual traditions around the world have recognized the profound impact of the full moon on our lives. But the next full moon is different. It carries with it a unique energy that could change your life for better or worse. If you learn how to harness it, you can use this moment to propel yourself forward in ways you never imagined. So, what's really going to happen at night on September 17th? And how can you prepare now to harness it to your advantage? That, and more of the full moon's secrets, is what we'll find out today. But before we get there, it's time for you to learn why September 17th is such an important date for spiritual practice. The importance of September 17th. Most people don't realize that each full moon throughout the year carries a distinct name, imbued with ancient wisdom and cultural significance. These names, often rooted in Native American, Celtic, and other indigenous traditions, reflect the rhythms of nature, the cycles of the earth, and the seasons of human life. Each full moon is not just a celestial event, but a symbolic guide, offering insights into the energies at play during that particular time of the year. For instance, the January full moon is known as the wolf moon, named after the howling of hungry wolves during the cold winter nights. September's full moon is known as the harvest moon, the full moon closest to the autumn equinox. Precisely because of this astronomical phenomenon, the harvest moon becomes a time of gathering, reflection, and preparation for the colder months ahead. It's a moment to assess what we've achieved, to harvest the lessons we've learned, and to plan for the future. It teaches us the importance of balance, of giving and receiving, of working and resting. During the harvest, there is a flurry of activity, gathering crops, storing food, preparing for winter. But this activity is balanced by the knowledge that soon the earth will rest, and so must we. The harvest moon teaches us that both work and rest are necessary for a fulfilling life. It encourages us to find harmony in our lives, to ensure that we are not overexerting ourselves, but also that we are not neglecting the work that must be done. The harvest moon gets its name from the time when farmers would use the extra light from the full moon to continue their harvest well into the night. This moon, often appearing larger and more luminous than others, extends the twilight and provides the necessary light to gather crops before the frost. The energy of the harvest moon is one of culmination and completion. It encourages us to gather not only the physical fruits of our labor, but also the spiritual and emotional lessons we've accumulated throughout the year. So, what actions should we take to best use the harvest moon's energy? The power of the harvest moon. In many ways, the harvest moon is a time of reckoning. It invites us to pause and take stock of what we have sown and what we are now reaping. Have our efforts yielded the outcomes we desired? Have we invested our time and energy in ways that nourish us, or have we been distracted by things that deplete our vitality? The light of the harvest moon illuminates these questions, offering clarity and insight as we prepare for the quieter, more introspective months ahead. Reflection is a key aspect of this lunar phase. Under the glow of the harvest moon, we are encouraged to look inward, to assess the growth we've experienced, and to acknowledge the challenges we've faced. It is a time to honor our journey, recognizing both our successes and our failures. The harvest moon teaches us that there is wisdom in every experience, and that even the most difficult lessons are valuable. This period of reflection allows us to distill these lessons, transforming them into guidance for the future. Preparation is another essential theme of the harvest moon. As we gather the final harvests of the season, we are reminded that winter is coming, a time when the earth will rest and the landscape will be barren. This is not a time for fear or anxiety, but for thoughtful planning and preparation. Just as farmers store their crops to sustain them through the winter, we too must prepare ourselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually for the colder months ahead. This might mean setting intentions, making plans, or simply resting and rejuvenating in preparation for the challenges to come. In many cultures, the harvest moon is also a time of gratitude. It is an opportunity to give thanks for the abundance that the earth has provided, for the lessons we've learned, and for the growth we've experienced. This gratitude is not just for the physical harvest, but for the spiritual and emotional sustenance we have received. The harvest moon reminds us to be grateful for both the light and the darkness, for the joy and the sorrow, for it is through this duality that we truly grow. As we stand under the light of the harvest moon, we are reminded that life is a cycle, a continuous flow of beginnings and endings, growth and decay, light and darkness. The harvest moon invites us to embrace this cycle, to find peace in the natural ebb and flow of life. It teaches us that there is a time for everything, and that by aligning ourselves with these natural rhythms, we can live more harmoniously and more fully. But the harvest moon isn't the only important part to note about this celestial event. The zodiac sign where the full moon will be on during this date will also affect its energy and your spiritual life for that matter, and it can do this for better or worse. Full moon in Pisces. First things first, as the moon reaches its fullest phase on September 17th, it will be in the sign of Pisces, a sign known for its deep emotional sensitivity, intuition, and connection to the subconscious mind. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, and spiritual enlightenment. This combination of energies creates a potent mix that can stir up hidden emotions, bring long-buried desires to the surface, and open the door to profound spiritual insights. As the moon's energy heightens, you may find that your dreams become more vivid and symbolic, offering you messages from your subconscious that are ripe for interpretation. Pay attention to these dreams, as they may hold clues to questions you've been pondering or insights into issues that have been lingering just out of reach. Keeping a dream journal during this period can be particularly helpful, as it allows you to capture these fleeting moments of insight and explore them more deeply. During this time, your sensitivity to the energies around you will likely increase. You may notice that you pick up on subtle cues or have a stronger sense of what others are feeling, even without them saying a word. This heightened empathy can be a powerful tool for understanding the dynamics in your relationships and the motivations behind your own actions. It's a time to trust your gut feelings, as they are likely to be more accurate and aligned with your true path. Meditation and quiet reflection can further amplify your psychic abilities during this full moon. By sitting in stillness, you allow the distractions of the outer world to fade away, making space for the inner voice of your intuition to come through more clearly. You might find that insights come to you in flashes of inspiration, or that solutions to problems that have been eluding you suddenly become obvious. The full moon is also an excellent time for divination practices such as tarot reading, scrying, or using a pendulum. The veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is thinner during the full moon, making it easier to connect with higher realms and receive guidance. These tools can serve as conduits for the wisdom that the full moon's energy is bringing to the surface, helping you to see beyond the illusions of the material world and into the deeper truths that lie beneath. As your psychic insight awakens during this full moon, you may also experience a greater sense of clarity about your life's direction. The illumination of the full moon can shine a light on your path, revealing the steps you need to take to align more fully with your soul's purpose. This clarity might come in the form of a sudden realization, a strong feeling of knowing, or even a synchronicity that confirms what you've been sensing. But what does this mean for you? How can you use the energy of this full moon to your advantage? The answer lies in understanding the power of intention and the law of attraction. When you set a clear intention during a full moon, you align yourself with the natural rhythms of the universe, amplifying your ability to manifest your desires. This is not about wishful thinking. It is about consciously directing your energy toward what you want to create in your life. The full moon is a time of completion and release. It is the perfect moment to let go of anything that no longer serves you, whether it be old habits, limiting beliefs, or toxic relationships. By releasing these things, you create space for new opportunities and experiences to enter your life. This process of letting go can be challenging, but it is essential for growth and transformation. So here's what the ancient sages did in the past to harness its power. The sages of old discovered that one of the most powerful ways to work with the energy of the full moon is through ritual. The Piscean Ritual. They can be as simple or as elaborate as you like, but the key is to make them meaningful and personal. But since this full moon is special, being a full moon in Pisces, it means you shouldn't just do any type of ritual you read about online. You need to perform a Piscean ritual to maximize the moonlight's power to change your life. Ready to learn how to manipulate the mutable sign of the twin fish? Then, perform this ritual in the exact same way as we describe it now. Begin your Piscean ritual by setting the stage in a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle, preferably in a soothing color like lavender or pale blue, symbolizing the calming and spiritual nature of Pisces. Allow the flame to become your focal point, drawing your attention inward and away from the distractions of the external world. Next, take a piece of paper and write down anything you wish to release. Old patterns, fears, or doubts that no longer serve you. As you write, let your emotions flow onto the page, fully expressing what you're ready to let go of. Once finished, hold the paper close to your heart, infusing it with your intention to release these burdens. Then, carefully burn the paper, watching as the flames transform your words into smoke, symbolizing your release and the transmutation of energy. After the burning, take a few moments to sit in stillness, feeling the space that has been cleared within you. With your mind now open and receptive, step outside into the moonlight. If possible, take a moonlit walk, letting the gentle glow of the full moon in Pisces bathe you in its serene light. As you walk, reflect on your intentions, allowing the moon's energy to guide you towards your deepest desires and dreams. Conclude the ritual by sitting quietly under the harvest moon, closing your eyes and meditating on your intentions. Visualize the moon's energy infusing every cell of your body, filling you with a sense of peace, clarity, and divine guidance. As you breathe deeply, imagine yourself drawing in the lunar energy with each inhale, and with every exhale, releasing any residual negativity. This Piscean ritual is a powerful way to harness the full moon's energy for emotional healing, spiritual growth, and the manifestation of your highest intentions. By connecting with the intuitive and mystical qualities of Pisces, you can tap into a deeper understanding of your inner self and the universe around you, opening the door to profound transformation and spiritual awakening. This full moon is also a time to tap into your intuition. Pisces is a deeply intuitive sign, and its energy can help you connect with your inner wisdom and guidance. Pay attention to your dreams, as they may hold important messages. Trust your gut feelings and let them guide you in making decisions. This is a time to be open to the unexpected and to embrace the unknown. What fears or doubts have been holding you back? What dreams have you been afraid to pursue? One way to tap into this unknown is by consulting the tarot, the moon card in tarot. In the tarot, the moon card represents illusion, intuition, and the unconscious mind. This card serves as both a guide and a warning, encouraging us to trust our intuition while also being mindful of the deceptions that may arise from within or without. The good aspects of the moon card lie in its ability to awaken our intuition and connect us with our inner selves. It is a card of deep introspection, urging us to explore the shadows within us and to embrace the unknown. Under the influence of the full moon, this introspective energy is amplified, making it an ideal time for self-reflection, meditation, and inner work. The moon card invites us to trust our instincts, to pay attention to our dreams, and to follow the subtle cues that guide us toward our true path. However, the moon card also carries a warning. It is a reminder that not everything is as it seems, and that the journey into the unconscious can be fraught with deception. The shadows cast by the moon can distort reality, leading us to believe in illusions or to become lost in our fears. The full moon's energy can intensify these feelings, making it crucial to remain grounded and discerning. It is key to recognize that the emotions and thoughts that arise during this time may not be fully rooted in truth, but could be reflections of our deeper anxieties and unresolved issues. In the past, people have looked to the moon as a guide and a teacher. In Hinduism, the full moon is associated with the goddess Lakshmi, who represents wealth, prosperity, and the fulfillment of desires. In many African traditions, the full moon is seen as a time when the veil between the spiritual and physical worlds is thinnest, allowing for greater communication with ancestors and spirits. These beliefs highlight the idea that the full moon is not just a physical phenomenon, but a spiritual event that can bring about significant change. It is a reminder that not everything is as it seems, and that the answers you seek may lie hidden beneath the surface. Historically, the moon has been revered as a celestial teacher, a source of wisdom that reflects the deeper truths of existence. For example, the German philosopher Jacob Boehme, who lived in the late 16th and early 17th centuries, spoke of the moon as a mirror of the soul. Boehme believed that just as the moon reflects the light of the sun, it also reflects the hidden aspects of our inner selves. He saw the moon as a symbol of the soul's journey through darkness, where it must confront its own illusions and fears to reach enlightenment. During this full moon, take the time to explore your inner world. The energy of this full moon can help you confront these questions and find the courage to move forward. But what happens after the full moon? We can assure you that the world won't be the same afterwards, and there's a mystical reason for this. After the full moon. As the full moon on September 17th begins to wane, its energy will start to shift. The intensity that built up during the peak of the full moon will give way to a period of reflection and release. This is a time when society as a whole might feel a collective sigh of relief, as the pressure to act, to decide or to confront is replaced by a quieter, more introspective energy. The full moon has always been a symbol of change, not just because of its phases, but because of the way it affects both nature and human behavior. Historically, the phases of the moon have been used to mark time, to plan harvests, and to guide rituals. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, so too do the energies within us. After the full moon, we enter a phase of release, a time to let go of what no longer serves us and to prepare for new beginnings. This period of waning is a powerful reminder that growth and change are cyclical, that there is a natural ebb and flow to life that we must learn to navigate. As the moon's light diminishes, society may experience a subtle shift as well. The heightened emotions and intense energy of the full moon will begin to subside, giving way to a more grounded, centered approach to life. This can manifest in a renewed focus on practical matters, on nurturing relationships, and on finding balance in our daily lives. It is a time to consolidate the gains made during the full moon, to take stock of where we are, and to make any necessary adjustments before the next cycle begins. The full moon on September 17th, with its potent energy, will leave a lasting impact on both individuals and society. The changes it brings may not be immediately visible, but they will be felt in the weeks and months to come. Just as the moon's phases are a constant reminder of the impermanence of life, they also teach us that every ending is a new beginning. As the moon wanes and the night sky grows darker, we are reminded that the darkness is not something to be feared, but a necessary part of the cycle of life. It is in this darkness that we find the seeds of our future growth, waiting to be nurtured and brought into the light once more. Yet, this full moon is not just about quiet reflection, it's also a call to action. The energy of the harvest moon encourages us to take stock of where we are and to make the necessary adjustments to align with our true path. This is a time to be honest with ourselves about what is working in our lives and what is not, to release what no longer serves us, and to embrace the changes that are needed for our growth. You're not alone. As you prepare for this full moon, remember that you are not alone. The universe is always supporting you, guiding you, and providing you with the tools you need to succeed. All you have to do is stay attuned to its rhythms and trust in the process. The full moon is a powerful ally on your journey, and with its help, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.